All right, we are back here prior to bowl season for the VIP page. If you're watching this, you've purchased your plays on oddsxfactor.com over at Kenny White's site. Now, if you don't know Kenny, you should know Kenny. Feature on 60 Minutes. You originally, real quick to recap, because I assume everybody should know who you are, but you basically hooked up with Roxy Roxborough. You bought the LVSC. And you're one of the originators in terms of in the line-making business, not the handicapping business, the line-making business. So I always say if there's a line on a game, there's two sides. Either side can win, or you can push, obviously. And people always call me and they say, what's the difference, John, between a handicapper and a line maker? So I know you're in a rush because you got some high-roller clients you have to consult. In essence, what is the difference between a line maker and a handicapper?
Well, line maker's trying to make a line to balance the money. Handicapper's trying to pick the winner of the game. Now, I've done both my entire life. Even though I was making the lines in Las Vegas or state of Nevada, I was a line maker. I could come up with a betting line and tell you what the line is supposed to be, but I could also do my own work on the side and come up with a line that I think is a handicap line, and I've been doing that forever. You can't use the handicap line on the board, though, because you're only going to get one-way action. It's going to be against my opinion.
So, for instance, earlier in the year, like a couple weeks ago, I saw Carolina, for instance, they made them an underdog. It was I wasn't here in Vegas. It was not last week when they won 38-0. It was 2 weeks ago. They made Carolina on the road +3.
Right.
I just did not understand. I forgot who they were playing. But
they were playing Clemson, weren't they?
No, I'm talking about Carolina Panthers in the NFL.
Oh, in the NFL, yeah.
And I kept saying, man, how are they making Carolina a dog? How are they making this team a dog? They're 11-0 at that point, not 13-0 as they are now at the time of this recording. And what I said to people was, when I got your sheet on your outlaw line sheet, and you had them as the favorite, and I was basically saying to a client, the real line is that they should be the favorite, but if Vegas made Carolina the favorite, they would get all one-way action on Carolina. They have to make the line pick them, because if they entice people to play, or the dog to entice people to think they have a shot.
Remember, the opening line is just the opening line for 5 minutes, if that, because now it gets bet into. Now it's the market.
Right.
And the market, the money moves the market and continues to move the market every day.
Right. So because obviously if a team's 13-0 or 11-0, they should be, the line really.
They're going to get respect, but the Carolina Panthers don't get respect. Not like the Patriots.
I was going to say not like
the Patriots are 13-0. Their spreads are 17.5.
Right, exactly.
You know, we're not talking about a 3-point favorite or pick 'em. They're huge favorites just because they have a great following.
Right. Now, what happens basically as teams continue to win and they blow out teams, then they overcompensate, right?
True.
And then you can get value taking the dog.
Does get overcompensated. Yeah, you do. Carolina hasn't gotten that direction yet, just because they don't get that much love.
Right.
I right now have Seattle rated higher than Carolina.
That's what I was going to ask you in terms of odds to win the Super Bowl.
Yeah, well, Carolina's got to be the favorite because they have 2 home games. Seattle's going to be a wild card and have to win 3 games most likely, at least 2 on the road, maybe 3 on the road. But they're the better football team. If those 2 are playing tomorrow on a neutral field, I'm making Seattle 3 over Carolina.
You heard it right here from the man. Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
They're a better football team.
What do you put New England in the whole shebang?
New England's not bad. I think they have some problems with the offensive line still, but this is Bill Belichick, and he makes guys better, and Tom Brady makes the players around him better. So, quietly they're the number 1 seed in the AFC again, and puts them as the favorite to go to the Super Bowl. It looks like, it's supposed to be Carolina and New England right now.
Now, gotcha. All right, so now let's move on to this December 19th, ending on January 11th, which is almost a month before the Super Bowl, which is on February 7th. All these bowl games. Now, we just discussed it before we came on air. 42 bowl games. Teams have losing records that are in these bowl games because obviously it's a big marketing kick. People want to watch a lot of football, and any reason to have a football game is a good reason, right?
Oh, yeah. Everybody's got a bowl now.
But the reality is there's a lot of, obviously, as you said, if there's a line on a game, you can bet it and take advantage of it. But does that mean it's a lot of high-quality football, or it just means there's a lot more garbage football?
Well, yeah, when you're talking about 84 teams now, out of the 128 there are, you're obviously going to get some garbage games. But it still doesn't mean that
it doesn't matter.
You can bet it. who's playing in the NFL this week? Tampa Bay and St. Louis on Thursday night.
Right.
There's a line on the game. People are going to bet the game, and there might be value to be made. To make money in bowl season is to figure out who's motivated and who's not.
Right.
Find out that factor, and then you probably have a good winner.
Now, people that are watching this particular video we're doing, they've already purchased your opinion plays for either a daily package or $99 a month. And you might have called the office and you said, I just want to try. I've talked to a lot of your clients that have basically said, I want to try you out, John. I'm not really prepared to step up and get Kenny's VIP plays. And I always tell them that's kind of like test driving a Toyota Corolla to purchase a Mercedes. So if you can just elaborate to the end user why that is, because there's a reason why you have these plays very early in the day for the $99 opinion player. It's not because they're bad, but this is the early work that you've done. And this has nothing to do with the late groups, like we were just talking over there, the guys that call you and are hammering games for large money. So I'll let you elaborate.
Well, it's the shame of it is the fact that any plays that I do put out, I think are 55% better chance of winning. My plays that are going to hit at a higher percentage, I'm going to give those out, and they're going to be zeroed in on by the big players, and the market's going to move.
And it's later in the day.
So I can't give everybody that same game. Only the people who are actually paying for that type of information.
Because you move almost against you. You're moving the line against yourself.
Exactly.
Right.
And it's moving it against my clients, too. If you were paying for that package, and I tell you to lay 3, and all of a sudden you call and it's 4, you wouldn't want to lay 4. So it's to who wants it and who wants to jump in and do that.
And there's the time management access regarding the pace system that I have up on the website. That's also first half, second half. People have asked me about that as well. Yes, there's a 15-minute window, but you text me the plays, then I turn around and I retext these games back to the clients. And, a client asked me the other day, it's like these teams that are really good, heavily favored college basketball teams, they're asleep at the wheel in the first half, it seems, and then they turn it on in the second half, like Kansas last weekend.
Yeah.
And again, I know this is outdated, but they were like asleep at the wheel, and then they made them 9 in the second half, and they just blew out the other team. Is that every year, or is that just more noticeable this year? Or is that
No, it's every year. Especially in November and December, when it's non-conference, you get more blowouts than you would when the conference is.
But you also find that you take more advantage of these dogs in the first half and favorites in the second half?
No, not really. It's still 50-50 on the dogs and favorites covering. You just gotta find the situation. Whether you're going against a team that's tired or going on a team that's motivated or a team that's got revenge. You're trying to find situations in college basketball.
Now, also, when you make a lineman like today, I've seen all weekend long, I'll see in college basketball, lines move 3-4 points early in the day. People ask me, is that smart money, or is that just too many people sitting in front of the computer banging the keyboard?
It's probably a combination of smart money and people that are following the market and seeing it move.
Right, because I was at Don
trying
Best's,
to jump on the right side.
Right, well, so here's the reason why. I was at Don Best's office this morning and doing some paperwork, and obviously the machine clicks key move alert, steam play. I was talking to one of the guys there that runs the software. He said, look, if a guy tries to chase this, on the same game it'll be key move alert on the over in the game, key move alert on the under, key move alert back. You could not possibly play and chase this all day. You'd be playing the same game back and forth like all day long.
Well, you could be, but sometimes they don't go back and they continue to move the same direction. But you're right, on the Don Best system, there's a lot of steam moves.
Right.
That are they really steam moves? I'm not so sure of that. There's
half a point.
There's too many. There's just too many. It's not really a steam move. It's a move where 4 books moved at the same time. And in this day and age, a lot of these books are tied in now. So it moves at one book, it's going to move it up 4 other books at the same time.
So when you're a VIP player and you're betting 5 dimes, 10 dimes, 15 dimes, or even a dime or a nickel, you're not. I know you. You're not the Mr. Technological guy. You're getting information. You're not buying into that, even though you're in that office.
No, I'm not.
You've always told me my number's my number. The machine can blink and go off like a Christmas tree. It doesn't matter.
No, I'm doing my own work. I'm not going to follow anybody else. I'm going to do my own work, get my own information. I'm going to get information from other people, but I'm going to put it all together, and I'm going to make my decision at the end of the day on what sides I want to be on.
Got it. So there you have it. That is our last report of December. And then before you know it, we'll be into 2016.
Unbelievable.
And like I said, well, this late in the game.
I think we met in like 1860.
Yeah, exactly.
Let me ask you. 200-year anniversary.
Do people actually would people still chase futures bets this late in the season?
Oh, yeah, definitely. Arizona Cardinals, I think, right now have the best value of anybody in the NFL. Even though I think they're the third best team from the NFC. And maybe fourth, because the Green Bay Packers are slightly better than Carolina. But Arizona. Arizona's going to have some home field games in the playoffs, maybe 2, or they're going to play at Carolina. And they could win. Arizona could beat Carolina at Carolina. They have the most value of any team right now.
Arizona beat Pittsburgh, or Pittsburgh beat Arizona? Pittsburgh beat Arizona, right? But that could have just been a fluke-off game.
Pittsburgh's good. Pittsburgh is right now one of the hotter teams in the AFC. I give Pittsburgh a shot to be in the Super Bowl as well from the AFC. Now that Dalton's out.
Right. Yeah, right, exactly, right. Yeah, because once he lost, that was his whole show.
Cincinnati's going to be in for, they're going to be in for some problems. They should still make the playoffs, but they're going to be in for
Yeah, so I watched that. I happened to watch that game because I have the package at my office, and we'll end the video on that note. The team's 10-2. They lose their quarterback in the beginning of the game. Okay, but that has nothing to do with the defense of Cincinnati allowing Roethlisberger to roll down the field with reckless abandon and score. So I asked, but they still won 10 games this season.
Yeah.
Is it just the concept of they took the life out of them losing their quarterback?
Oh, it does hurt.
And the defense is just like shook up and they
can't.
It
does. It hurts.
Or do you think they're just man up? It's like
you lose your focus. A lot of this is focus.
Right.
Focus and confidence. You start to lose your focus, you lose your confidence, you end up losing the game, and now you're 10-3, and who knows? This team could be 10-6. Pittsburgh's hot right now. Pittsburgh's playing really well. Pittsburgh from the AFC and Seattle from the NFC, I think, are playing as good as anybody.
All right, we'll chase one last futures question. Teams like the Warriors in the NBA. Okay, yeah, they lost against the Bucks, whatever, it snapped, the winning streak or whatever. Do you chase these futures bets, or are they just so overvalued it's not worth it?
There's nothing I don't think you can bet on Golden State right now because everybody's bet Golden State to win it all.
Right.
They were the even money to win the NBA championship, and they're going to be in for a war against San Antonio. They're improved this year, and they're going to be in for a war against Cleveland. They've done well without Harrison Barnes, and then Klay Thompson got hurt. They were playing without 2 starters. They had to play back-to-back nights. They had a double overtime lucky win against the Celtics.
Right.
They had no shot against Milwaukee. It was really a good bet that night. That's the type of bets we're looking for right there. I had Milwaukee that night on the money line.
Right.
And plus the 8.5. And the game went to 9. I took 8.5. I thought I was going to get the best of the number. It went to 9.
And that's where you go back to I always used to call you in panic and go, the line's going against you. Whatever.
Sometimes it does.
Sometimes it does, and you still get the wins. I will say, to close this video, what is the deal with the end of these NFL games? I've watched more games where it's like, you used to say, don't watch the NBA till the last 2 minutes. Don't watch the NFL till the fourth quarter. Every game almost goes into overtime now. Like, what's up?
There's a lot of games that way. It's professional sports.
No, but this year, it's
professional sports. It just come down to the wire. It's 20% of all games, fall within a field goal. So you're looking at 1 out of every 5 games is going to be a close game.
Right, and that's why it is all about the numbers. So like I said, if you're a big player, you're looking to get that edge, especially as we get into the new year, then it becomes really college, your specialty, hoops.
College hoops. I think that's where the money's to be made.
Right. When do you start doing the work on preparing for the look ahead for baseball?
January.
I know you don't want to hear about
January.
it. Sorry to bust you. It never ends.
Let the NFL finish up.
Right. It never ends, though, right?
Then I start working on Major League Baseball now.
Right. All right, you got it. Have a good day. Good luck. Happy New Year.